Hola, I'm Juan Ramon Torres Rocha, but you can call me Juan, and I'm here to share with you how I live my work life. But I know that you wanted to ask me some questions.
Yes. Yeah, I'm here with you all the time. You know, we come, we have these intense conversations about life, about myself, about you. I love that when I come, I don't only come to do my hair, but also come like for the full experience, right? Like it's just these conversations that we learn from each other, and it's a full service, right? It's not just one thing. And part of this project is to share people that I admire, you know, and people that I see that live their life in a different way, in a more like full context, not just like one-sided to one thing. I think like you really live what you do, you love what you do, and that you don't see that often. You know, you find passion on every day, on every little thing, and I think that's really admirable. And you're lucky because then again, I think, you know, it's something that a lot of people kind of like love, you know, they search for it the whole life and it's hard to find. So I'm gonna ask you a couple questions just so people can know about you a little bit more. So tell us, you know, who's Juan? You can tell us how you started, what's your story?
Well, thank you so much for the little introduction, and I really appreciate you being here every single time. You come every 12 weeks, and like you said, it's not only the service that I provide, but what I love about my career is that I get to connect with people, and as I'm doing their hair, I'm not only doing what I love, which is like creating, and if you see me, I've seen you grow in your business with your husband. I've seen how much input and work you put into making your business being successful, and I also have seen that some days you struggle, sometimes you don't even have time for yourself. So you told me something beautiful about my life and the thing that I do about my career, but I want to tell you that it's very admirable because I speak Spanish most of the time.
We both do.
To see you work with your family and to see you thriving, and not only I get to do your hair, but also I get to learn how you grow as a business, as a family, and that also inspires me to just keep on growing. So thank you so much for having me here. Well, it's my place.
Yeah, right.
But you asked me how I got here. Well, originally I am from El Paso, Texas, and I got here 7-8 years ago. And why I moved here to San Antonio, I'm pretty sure a lot of people question me, why San Antonio? Because it's not like a big city. So compared to Austin, compared to Houston, when I moved here I was 27 years old, and now I am 35. And I moved here just because I wanted to challenge myself. I was living in my parents' house and I felt stuck, and also I was bored about living in El Paso. The only cool things to do there was like going out, partying with people, and I was already tired of that. So I knew, and I started like learning that in order for you to grow, you have to make yourself uncomfortable, and I was really comfortable with my parents. So I moved here because I found a salon that was hiring, and I felt comfortable enough to be like, okay, maybe I'm not gonna have clients, but I know how to do beautiful hair. I'm still growing, so I'm just gonna take the chance. And what is the worst? I just don't make it, and I can come back to being comfortable with my parents. So that's how I got here. I started working at a salon, and the vibe was cool. It was something different from what I was used to. And one of the things that I admire from that salon is that they did social media. They did Instagram, and they did photos. So that's something that I'm grateful for working at that salon, because they inspire me to look at my work, to edit it so other people can see it, and then by that I was attracting not only clients for myself but for the other stylists.
What year was that? Like
that was 2017. It was 2017.
Wow.
And I feel that I wasn't the greatest stylist, and up to this point I don't feel that I'm the best, but I was doing everything with a lot of passion.
Yeah.
So whenever I started there, I would do something and then I would record it, I would post it, and I would see how much people would like it. And that made me very happy and it would inspire me to just do it better every single time. So one of the things that I loved, it was taking photos of my work and seeing, like, analyzing my photo and then see what I could have done different. So every single time, every single client, I felt that I was growing because I was always editing something that I didn't like about that, and that pushed me to just become a better artist. So,
but you always knew that you liked, hair, or how you were born with it.
Yeah, I started doing hair whenever I was like 12 years old. I would see my mom struggle blow drying her hair, and at the beginning I didn't even want to ask her because I'm like, when I was 12 years old, I didn't even know about like my sexuality, and I didn't even connect like doing hair with being,
gender or whatever.
Yes. So I just asked my mom, hey, can I help you with like blow drying the back, and she would let me. So I would also go to the salon, and I would see Laura, that was her name, of my mom stylist. So I would see Laura curl her hair and do everything with her hair. So I really wanted it. Whenever I would do her hair, I try to be Laura. And I would help my mom, and I would ask my sibling, my sister, my aunts, whenever they would have quinceañeras, because we had that like every single weekend. So that's how I started practicing doing hair. I started cutting hair when I was 16 years old. My mom looked for a school in Mexico because I'm from El Paso, Texas, but I grew up in Ciudad Juarez. And my mom looked for a school in Ciudad Juarez. I learned how to cut hair. When I was 21 years old, I enrolled in beauty school in El Paso. At the beginning, I went to college for like 3 years, but
it wasn't for you.
It wasn't for me at all. So, but I was still, because I learned how to cut hair, I would still go with my friends' houses, and I would charge like $10 to like style their hair and cut it. And I would do their moms, their sisters. So I really didn't even need to work. So whenever I felt stuck in college and I felt that it wasn't my passion, I told my mom, okay, now I think it's time to pursue doing hair, because at the beginning I didn't think that it could be like a successful career. But whenever I already tried everything else, kind of like leave whatever my friends were living, going to college, having a job, that wasn't for me. So when I pursued this career when I was 21 years old, I loved it, and I became even more passionate about it. So that's how I started doing my mom's hair.
That's amazing. I think that, like I'm saying, I think it's like a blessing to know from such a young age what you like, and also not knowing, but like actually pursuing it, like not being afraid of what people might think of it, or like what people would say. Like you just did it, and like deciding on time too, because I feel like people are like, no, like I'll see, and then I'll do one career, and then I'll do another, and then you're like just fulfilling expectations, and it's just like you literally like in a young age decided to pursue what you felt that was giving you that that inspiration, and that you were also like, I think you were good at it, like you knew that you were good at it. So I feel like seeing that what you like and you're good at, that's what you want to invest your time in, right? So that's amazing. That's amazing. So another question, what do you love the most about what you do?
Ooh. Well, what I love the most about what I do is that I can beautify people's hair. A lot of the times whenever clients walk in and then they sit in the chair, they see themselves in the mirror and they start judging themselves. Oh, I don't like this, I feel old, I feel this, I'll feel that. And the power of color, the power of like just a blow dryer and a curling iron, it just makes people happy whenever I fit. The best thing is whenever I finish someone's hair, and whenever they look at it, I see how much they love their hair, but in reality, in my mind, they are loving themselves. So that's what I love, that I can help people love themselves whenever the world tells you not to, because it's so easy for us to compare with social media, with people, with celebrities. So that's one thing that I love, that I can help people boost their confidence with my hands, with my tools, and with the passion that I have about coloring hair.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, that's why we're all here, right? We want to look better.
Yes.
We want to get the best version of ourselves, and we want to. I think it's like good to invest in yourself, right? And it's not bad to try and look good, and it's your presentation card, like the way you look, the way you act, the way you express yourself, and for you to be part of that, I think it's amazing. It's a good approach.
Oh, sorry.
You good?
And also, what I love is that whenever I get to do people's hair, we get to conversations, and sometimes they could get very personal, and people just share with me situations, little moments with their families, with friends. And a lot of the times, if we just think about those moments, most of the time people are like, they think that whatever's going on in their, or whatever situation happened with them, it's the end of the world.
Okay.
I love to read. I love to read self-help books, and I learn a lot of things to change how we see life. So a lot of the times my clients are depressed, sad, or seeing a situation like if it's the end of the world. So I love that I'm able to listen to them and not give them or tell them what to do, but just let them see what they're going through in a different perspective.
You're a great listener. You are a great listener. Like, that's a fact. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I love that. Also, not only whenever they share their situations, their lessons, not only that helps me connect with my clients, but also that helps me build myself and learn from my clients' experiences and adapt it to my own life, and that helps me grow as a person as well.
It's a win-win situation, right? Like, coming in here, it's a full service. It's what I'm telling you. Okay, so now getting to the good stuff. Well, everything is the good stuff, but this is what I'm pretty passionate about. I know that you take care of yourself, like you're saying, you read a lot about how to, keep improving, keep evolving, not only in your profession, but also as a person and as a human being, right? So how do you manage to balance out, what you do? Because for me, work, it's not just what pays your bills, it's also it's time, it's you, it's your relationships. It's so much more. Like, that word has been kind of like boxed in this little thing, and everything requires work, like you're saying. So how do you balance that word and that, like, your life in general with your profession?
Well, I think that balance is what all of us are trying to find. And I think it's going to be a thing that we're never going to find that balance, but we're always trying to be great or better every single day. And I think that's our purpose in life, to find that balance.
But how do you do it? Like, how do you think that you live your balanced life? I mean, because balance is subjective.
Yeah.
Like, it's personal, honestly. So I think you do live a balanced life from my perspective, but because you're happy, and I think, like, when you're happy about your daily, like how your day goes, then you kind of manage the good balance scenario. So how do you do it? How do you, I don't know.
A lot of the times what I love to do, not only I love doing hair, but also I like working on myself. I love reading. I love working out. I love eating healthy and taking care of my body, because I'm 35 years old, and if I keep on doing habits that I had in my 20s, the balance couldn't be there. So I try to stay consistent with meditating in the morning, also not taking a lot of situations that happen through life, because we can't control what everyone does, but we can control how we react to situations. So one of the things that helps me balance my life is to meditate, to journal, to also listen to other people's perspective, and always become like a better version of myself. But also, one of the things that helps me, it's to just focus on myself, because a lot of the times we focus our energy onto other people, into our career, and then we feel lost. And then time goes by and it's like, 3 months after, and I'm like, okay, I work like every single day.
Yeah.
Because that's what it used to happen whenever I first started.
Yeah.
I started being excited about people wanting to come with me, and I would say yes to every single project or things that would come to me, because I wanted to shine in a city that I didn't even have any family. So whenever I started getting attention from that, I would say yes. So also something that helps me find balance, it's saying no.
Exactly.
Because if I don't say no, I end up being here, and I love being here for others. But also, if you don't love yourself, like, how are you going to be able to love other people, you know?
Yeah, like, you need to be for yourself, and then you can be there for your clients, and there for your work, and there for everybody else, right?
So yeah, to find that balance, it's always analyzing my actions, not bringing myself down for things that I didn't do as great, but also take it as a lesson, and just improve every single day. And also share what works with me, with my friends, with people. Always also ask for help, because a lot of the times I wanted to do everything on my own. And I wasn't humble enough to ask for help. So every time I feel that I'm overworking myself, or that I just feel that I'm doing a lot, I love asking for help. So that's one of the things that I learned in my latest years, to ask for help and to say no, even creating boundaries for myself, even whenever I'm excited about doing like a lot of things.
Yeah, because when you love what you do, or when you're, intense about, like, an intense personality, like, you tend to give more of what is expected, and because you get excited, and then you break those boundaries that help you stay in, let's say, this healthy stage or whatever. So how would you encourage, or how do you pursue that kind of like day on, like, saying, okay, so I'm gonna do certain appointments, and then I'm gonna, like you're saying, I'm gonna wake up early and do my exercise. I'm gonna be efficient and bring my food. That way I don't go out of my nutrition, and like all of these little tricks here and there. If you could share some of those to others and say, because I think like you're saying, there are so many excuses that we use sometimes. I'm like, oh no, but my job doesn't let me eat healthy. Oh, but my job, it's so tiring, and like, it's just like, but your job is also to take care of yourself. So then, how do you make sense out of that?
You don't get paid for that though.
Well, you get paid in other ways, because you're healthy, you're there, you're moving. So, but like you're saying, like, we see it in a money matter, and that's my thing right now. So
one of the things that helped me like prepare and have a little bit more balance is setting goals for myself, setting goals for the way I want to look, setting goals for what do I want to achieve with like my career. A lot of the times, and that used to happen with me when I was younger, that I didn't set goals. And if we don't have a goal, how are we going to know what decisions to make? So first is setting goals personally, with work, even with relationships. So that way, for us, if you have a goal, it's so easy to know what route to take. So I love coming here. Hair is very like, you don't know what to expect with hair. I could have like a client for highlights, but then I open the foils, and then is not how it's going. So I have to keep on adapting. And sometimes I feel that I'm gonna be done at 5:30, and I'm here until like 8. But I still love to work out. I love to work out, and I love to prepare myself. I like going to the gym in the morning. Before work, that way I don't feel stressed about not being able to do what I love to do. And I love to prep my meals on Sunday and Monday when I'm off, and that sets me for success for the rest of my week.
That's exactly. You need to do the hard work, right? Like, everything is hard work, I feel. So now, talking about, what it's like, I think people now think that everything should be easy, and everything like just comes natural. Like, maybe people say, Juan is lucky, or Juan he's just got it easy because he's talented, or because whatever reason, right? But what is like the hardest part of what you do? And not in a complaint kind of way, but more in like a reality or part of the job kind of way.
Well, I learned something from one of my clients. So I think luck, it's part of something, but it's like the way you connect with people and what impact you create with that person, and then the opportunities come from what energy to give to people. So I think that I am where I'm at because of the connections that I've been given with the relationships that I made, and always giving it my all, like always going the extra mile with things that with opportunities that present to me. Let's say at the beginning I didn't even have one client, but then whenever that client came and then she just wanted like some highlights and she didn't even want curls, I would do extra because I wanted to create that content to post on social media, and by that my client felt special because I went the extra mile. So one of the things that I tell people, even if they're not paying you, and if you can do it, go the extra mile, because that the other person is gonna appreciate it a lot, and whatever you give, that's what you get. And I think with this, on social media and now in these days, people just want things without putting extra work, without even connecting with people. And we're so used to just judging and bringing people down. But I think in life we have to go the opposite way, because I always say whatever goes, it comes around. So I always try to treat people the way you want to be treated. And I think my mom and my grandma taught me that.
So the hardest part, you would say, then, it's staying strong. Staying strong and staying truthful consistent to what you want to do and who you are.
And staying consistent, even if you feel that you're not getting where you're wanting. Like a lot of the times, and now these days, we want instant gratification. And you don't see that you're getting where you want to be, and then you let go, and then you give up. So don't give up with things that you want, because we can go from here to here. It takes steps, and sometimes we don't see those steps, but they're happening. So stay consistent, because someday it could be in 1 week, it could be a month, it could be years. You're gonna get where you want to be. I've been here in San Antonio for 8 years, and I have a lot of opportunities that present to me, and I feel grateful, but I had to work, I had to give the extra mile, and I was just consistent even whenever I didn't feel that I was getting what I wanted. So
I'm telling you, you are an artist. I always love coming and talking to you and learning from you and sharing, like you're saying, my stories and my growth and my pains and my everything. I've been here happy, I've been here sad, stressed, everything, but we learn from each other, and then again, I admire what you do. You're an inspiration. I think you changed the game on the industry, and you're now actively also looking for different ways to approach what you do and give it more value, because that's what it also what's important, seeking in other ways and not just settling, also keep looking and keep learning and keep growing, right? So congratulations, and thank you for what you do and for sharing your story, and I love my look.
Well, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share a little bit of my passion, a little bit of my learnings throughout my career, and just to let you know that whatever happened right now, I'm gonna take it as an inspiration, as a push to do what I do, but even 10 times stronger.
Yes, I'm sure you will.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.